Hello, I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody who's worked so hard to make ONDRI a success over the course of really the last 4 years, and as we go into our final 5th year of all of this. Many of you will not realize the amount of work that has gone into this behind the scenes by so many different people leading to its success. 600 patients have been screened, 500 entered into the study. That's almost unheard of when you think about the complexity of this coming together. It makes this one of the most intensive studies that I've ever been involved with. And as we look worldwide, this is certainly a lead study in that. Nobody else is doing this anywhere else. So all of you should be taking a collective pat on your back. This has been an amazing amount of work. A lot of us refer to this now as ONDRI 1.0, right? Because ONDRI 2.0 is coming, and we get a lot of questions as to what's happening with that. So there are a few pieces that I want to cover off there for you. So the first one is that I've been the lead investigator on ONDRI 1.0 and will have been for 5 years, but there's also 2 years before that as we went through the initial writing and doing the submissions and the rest of it. So we'll be transitioning across to ONDRI 2.0, and that will be Doug Munoz, Rick Schwartz, Mario Masalas, all of whom are going to function as a group of 3 to really lead ONDRI 2.0. So what happens to me and what happens to the study? Well, first off, what happens to me is nothing. I have 1 more year as the lead investigator for ONDRI 1.0. When all of that is said and done, I'm actually looking forward to continuing to work closely with ONDRI, and particularly in a lot of the analysis of the data. Secondly, the transition across is really going to be dependent on renewal of funding for OBI in total. And honestly, none of us know where that stands right now. I think we're all aware of the financial situations across any government, but this has been one of their star programs. Whenever we have a conversation with the government around where do they see that a wise investment was made, this was certainly one of them. They see that the coalescence of this number of investigators, this number of academic sites, the types of questions that we're asking, and now more importantly than ever, the fact that we are starting to get data in which is really changing the way we think about these disorders. This is not something you turn away from readily. So I'm thinking that all of us are very bullish on how this is going to move forward. We simply won't know for about a year's time, but a lot of great work being done in the background for this. So I expect that there will be an ONDRI 2.0. It will be the continuation of this study. There will be a lot more additional features added into it. And so you, as participants in this study or as individuals who have been taking the evaluations on, I know it's always a little bit frustrating to say, well, hang tight, we'll see where we're at. But realistically, it's hang tight, we all are, let's see how this moves forward. The other thing that I think we should all take a great deal of pride in are the number of things that are already coming out of this. We've had at least 2 papers, major ones, already out in publication, but there are over 20 that are in the midst of being prepared right now. And that's different from all the abstracts that have been presented. So at the end of the day, I think if you're sitting back and wondering on the one hand what's coming, but also thinking about what's been achieved, you have and should be sharing in our sense of pride for how much has been achieved here. This is a world-leading study. It's an amazing amount of work that's been put together. There's a lot of credit to go out to everybody in this for making it work. And it's going to tell us things as we go forward that no other study can do. And they're practical. They can be applied in our management strategies. So lots coming down the pike. We're all, as I say, very bullish about the funding coming forward. Let's see that that happens. But in the meantime, a lot of great work. So again, on behalf of all of the executive members, your colleagues, thank you so much for all that you've done to make this happen.